How you doing, man? You got some ID on you?
Good morning, gentlemen. God bless our homeless veterans.
Yep, I'm a vet too, man.
All right, cool.
Air Force.
All right.
You got your ID on you?
What for?
Vagrancy. So, do you have your ID on you?
Am I required to give you ID?
Yes, you are.
What would happen if I don't give it to you?
You're going to jail. Period.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Sir, I'm standing on a public sidewalk engaged in constitutionally protected
Correct.
activity.
Correct. But I'm letting you know you're going to go to jail, no questions asked. You're not going to stay here, period. I'm going to let you know.
Do I have to leave?
Yes.
Why?
Because I'm instructing you. I'm giving you a lawful order to leave.
And if I don't leave?
You're going to jail.
And if I don't give you ID, I'll go to jail?
Yes.
Even though I've explained to you that I'm engaged in constitutionally protected
I don't
activity?
care if you explain it to me or not.
Safeguard. Even though I've explained to you that I'm engaged in constitutionally protected...
You don't need to explain anything to me because I literally don't care. This isn't some free will state, man. This is how it is in the state of Mississippi.
So you don't have freedom in the state of Mississippi?
If you don't like it, you can go back to Florida.
Let me explain myself before you go any further.
Okay.
Because you're very confrontational. You want to tell me what I can and can't do, and you told me if I violate your rights, I'm gonna be, I don't know, in trouble, I guess. Well, let me explain this to you, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm a vet as myself.
All right.
I understand what you're doing. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want you here on city property. It's government run. All right. You understand that? I hope you're getting all this because
Yes,
that way you can review it and understand it later. Now, if you walked off the property, you went somewhere else, all right, not on private property, and did this, it wouldn't be a problem. You understand that? You understand that?
I'm engaged in constitutionally protected... I'm engaged
Yes or no? It's a very simple
I'm
question.
engaged
You
in constitutionally protected activity.
So let me explain this to you
This is
again.
freedom of speech and freedom of religion.
I don't care.
If you want,
Let me explain this again.
If they're trespassing
me,
I'll
explain
leave.
this again. You're trespassed.
Okay, I'll leave.
Now you're done.
You don't care if I'm engaged in a constitutionally protected activity. You're a military veteran.
Then go get your freaking lawyer and sue the city if you think that's a violation.
I would rather not do that.
Then do that, because I can tell you what, you're not going to go anywhere with it. You understand me?
I would rather not do that. I would rather you respect my constitutionally protected rights, especially being a veteran.
I do
Well, you
very
honestly
much
don't.
every day.
You're trespassing me
But
off
when
of
you
public
start
property.
becoming confrontational and telling me what I can and can't do, guess what? You're gonna lose every time.
You know, we received a call from City Hall asking if we would politely move along. He's saying he's under constitutional something of another.
But they can ask you to get off the property and go somewhere else. They ask you to get
Yeah,
off
but
the
I'm engaged in
property.
constitutionally protected activity.
Huh?
The Constitution doesn't begin and
I
end
know what you're
at
doing.
their
I know what you're doing.
whim.
I've seen the videos.
Okay, well
I know
then,
what you're doing.
like I said,
but they can ask you to get off their property. It's a public property until they ask you to leave. They have the right to ask you
No, they
to
don't.
leave. Yes, they do.
I'm not inside.
Are you going to leave the property? We're going to have to arrest you if you don't.
What property are you talking about for me to
The
leave?
City Hall's property.
What is City Hall? I'm on public sidewalk.
Yes, it's a public sidewalk. They can ask you to leave off the sidewalk is still part of the City Hall's property.
So you're gonna arrest me for trespassing if I don't leave the
Yes,
city?
they've asked you to leave. You can get off their property and go right over there.
But I can't stand here on the sidewalk underneath the American flag?
No, not on
Okay.
their property.
Well, like I said,
I get what you. I mean, I understand.
your qualified immunity is not going to survive this. So I encourage you to go talk to the city attorney. I'm not going to get arrested.
I'm going
All
to
right.
arrest you if you don't leave the property.
Right now?
Yes.